We finally have the first beta for update 43, and with it comes a brand new raid and a lot of other changes. So let's take a look at all the new changes. For Brawler, Burglar, Captain, and Mariner, their CC breakout skills, such as sea legs for the Mariner, should now correctly remove fears. And the Captain set armor Brazen Call, which is level 60, now reduces the cooldown of the correct banner. It now reduces the yellow banner instead of blue banner. And for Mariner and Captain, right now on the live servers, you're actually able to use West Wind and two arms at the same time. This has been fixed and they can no longer be chained together, meaning that using West Wind will lock out the two arms effect and the other way around. Hunter actually gets a pretty nice buff this update. All Hunter damage increased by 5%. Handshot gets increased by 15%. So we'll see how the Hunters will do after this buff, but it seems like most people are worried that it's not enough, and I share that worry. I think Hunter probably needs a little bit more of a buff, but hopefully we'll get some good testing on beta and we can give feedback and maybe Hunters will be buffed even further. There's also been a change to the set bonus that you can get from the new instances, where Penshot upgrades the Barb Bleed. On the live servers right now, Penshot will actually remove that bleed as well, so you will have to do Barbed Penshot and then reapply the Barbed Bleed, which is quite annoying. But with this beta and this update, it will just add a bleed, no longer remove. We can try this on the bait tender. Barbed Arrow and Penshot gives you bleed and does not consume your barbed arrow, which is a nice quality of life change for the Hunter. But in any case, we'll see where the Hunter lands, if this will be enough or if they need more love. Only one change listed for the Lore Master. The Staff Strike bonus damage while consuming a flank will now scale of single target, not AoE multipliers. As usual, a lot of fixes to landscape and questing, but I thought the only thing worth mentioning is this ladder that you see over here in Urujdar can now be used at any time and does not require a quest, which makes getting up there doing the quests far easier. There's been a change to your base character slots on an account. If you have a VIP account like I do, you get 12 base. Of course, you can unlock more slots by pre-order and other stuff like that. But the base character slots for a VIP account will be 12. If you have a premium account, it will be 10. And if you have a free-to-play account, it will be 7. And Monster Play stays the same, 7 character slots. If you create a new character and select the race of man, you now have new origins. Arid Shagana, Rune the Call, and Umbar. You're now also able to get all the heritage titles if you want for your race. As you can see, as an elf, I have already picked up Edhellond, Rivendell, and I can pick up Linden, Lorien, and Mirkwood if I want. To do this, you simply go to a notary, talk to them, get the quest, accept, finish now, and you get the title. If you're an elf, you go to Dillund or Rivendell. If you're a dwarf, you go to Thorin's Hall. If you're a hobbit, you go to Mickle Delving. And if you're a race of man, you go to Bree. There's some new stuff in loot boxes. In loot boxes, you can now get the mushroom cosmetics, the mushroom hunters cosmetics. Looks like this. I believe there's also a different type of hat. This one, 2 different hats. And some housing items, as you can see, as well as 2 new pets. The Mushroom Hunter's Corgi, carrying some mushrooms for you, and the Mushroom Hunter's Frog. A lot of changes and fixes to missions and delvings. There you go. The Delving Barter also gets 2 new pets. White Hamster is the first one, and the other one is the Ruby Sandworm. Also for delvings, Extraordinary Delving Chests, which drop from tier 7 and above, now has a small chance to also drop a portent, but I do believe these will also be available in the Ill Omens event that's coming soon. If you want to guarantee yourself a portent of strength, deftness, or vitality, you can just run the Ill Omens event when it happens. As you can see, they're all bind to account. So if you do it on 3 characters, you'll have 1 of each for all your characters. As we know, we're getting a brand new raid with this update, and it seems like this raid will be split into 3 parts. The Temple of Utug-Bûr is the name of the raid, and for now we only have 2 wings, Dorgruth and Ghyn, and the 3rd wing will be coming probably in a future beta, and that wing is called Inner Sanctum. But if you've done the book, you've gone to the Temple of Utug-Bûr, where the book currently ends, where we kind of like shut the area off. But if we take a look at the map on beta, you can see that there's a blue thingy up top right, Temple of Utug-Bûr raid reward vendor, and you turn to your right by the temple. There's now a cave with an entrance, which you can enter. And inside this cave we have this whole nice looking area. This is where the raids are found. That's the one portal that you can't enter. That's the 3rd wing. There's a bunch of Barters here. There's 2 more entrances over here. These are the 2 wings that we can currently play. The raid I will take a look at later in different videos probably. Just go in and get a quick look at the raids. If we look at the Barters, currently they're basically the same as the ones we have in Umbar already, where you can exchange your raid gear and also get your pieces for your gold jewelry and your set bonuses. And this raid vendor also has the same as the Barter at the raid camp. No new items yet on these Barters, but I'm sure there'll be new stuff in the future. For now, nothing new on these Barters. The raids will eventually have 3 tiers, but for now on beta we can only play tier 1 and tier 2. In the patch notes it says that the raid rewards are not finalized, like there's still more work to be done there. But in the tavern we can find some new offhands, seem to have higher DPS than the current gold ones that we have. And there's some new jewelry we haven't seen before. We can probably assume that these pieces will also drop from the raid. There's been some improvements to some avatars, mainly the elves and the high elves. You can read the patch notes here. Some changes to make the elves and the high elves look better. One thing that is completely changed is the deed log. When I open the deed log, you can see that it's completely redone, and in my opinion looks quite nice. A little bit more organization to it, not all these tabs around, because the deed log was kind of getting full. We were running out of room for the tabs on the sides, but as you can see they're organized pretty nicely. If we're going to check out the area door deeds, you open area door, new tabs for Breland, Shire, etc. So I do think the deed log looks kind of nice. Don't really mind it. Although I do love the old style of the old deed log, I think they did a pretty good job here. Not bad at all. If you're one of the people who got unlucky with the good drops from the new instances, you can now go to the Ikorban Valley Quartermaster, talk to him, barter items, and you can now trade for rare finds, Kudsagin Umalar Ambarul, which is the 3-man, 6-man, 6-man. You can now actually barter for the Teal items that are pretty hard to get from the instances, pretty rare drops, and they don't really cost that much. You can see the items that you need. So if you're missing a Teal item, you can just go here and barter for your items if you have enough of the barter items. There is, however, a tier 3 requirement to barter, so you have to complete the instance on tier 3. I can barter for the 3-man item because I've done that on my hunter, but I haven't been in the 6-mans on my hunter. As you can see, it's grayed out for me. It requires tier 3 deed. So if you complete tier 3, you can barter for the Teal items. This is an image from the live servers, the map of Moria, and I want you to pay close attention to all the stable masters. As you can see, you have quite a few stable masters in Moria. If we now open the beta client with a new update, you can see that there's a lot of new stable masters. So I believe this the stable network in Moria has been redone, and it should be easier for you to navigate and get around in Moria. There's also been quite a few changes to the Moria/Lothlorien instances. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. you can just pause or just read the patch notes. But a few things worth noting: the instances challenge chests now have improved chance to drop rare rewards. In Dark Delvings, the Bleeding Ears reflect duration has been reduced to 8 seconds. Forges of Khazad-dûm water pouches now drop twice as frequently, so you can get more of those to cleanse your fire bleeds, fire dots. In Filgashan, the General Talug's encounter has been adjusted. I believe it's a bit more, it flows a bit better and it's a bit faster. Some nerfs to bosses' morale overall. The turtle got reduced as well. The rewards have been improved with the turtle. And for the Dar Narbergud raid, a lot of morale nerfs. And also some changes to the, or I should say fixes to the Soluga's encounter. So it plays out a bit differently. And the chests in the DN raid also have a slightly greater chance to reward you with more than 1 elf stone. If you enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like and subscribing, as it really helps out the channel. And if you like LOTRO, I would really recommend joining my Discord servers. You can also support me directly through my Ko-fi website. If you're playing or looking to play Lord of the Rings online, there is one place you need to be. The Ghyniverse is a Discord server created for the community of the players of Lord of the Rings Online. The server is getting close to 7,000 members, and in this server you'll find tons of helpful information. There's monthly giveaways, easy access to patch notes, you can keep up with my YouTube videos, my streams. If you're a streamer, you can ask for the streamer role and you can announce your streams in the other stream channel. There are discussion channels for pretty much everything, every class, monster players. But the best thing about this server is probably the Gearing Resources tab, where you can find anything from trait lines for every class, every build. There are stat goals, where you can find out what stats you should aim for on your characters. Really helpful information about drop rates from instances, as well as screenshot from all the new loot that appears in the game. If you enjoy LOTRO, you should definitely consider joining this server, and hopefully I'll see you in Middle-earth. If you were part of the Ghyniverse already, you might have noticed that another tab appeared at the top, the LFF server. This server is a brand new server that I created, the LFF Ghyniverse. In this server, you can select which servers you want to keep up with, and once you select your server, say you select Arkenstone, you will see the LFF, the kinship advertisement, looking for kinship and trade channels, and there's also voice channels if people want to use those. The LFF channel is basically a looking for fellowship channel where people can post if they need players for the runs, and this way people don't have to be logged into the game to see the chat. They can just instead get a notification on their Discord. There's also a kinship advertisement page where kins can post their kinship advertisement and have people join their kins. And you can also post in the looking for kinship chat if you're looking for a kinship, but make sure to take a look in the kinship advertisement first and look through all the kin to find a suitable kin for you. There's also a trade channel if people want to buy or sell stuff that you can use. Hopefully you'll consider joining this server to bring the community even more together, not just in the game, but also outside of the game.